How you doing, YouTube? This is Chris Mizo here with another video on Nintendo Switch inventory. The next couple weeks are going to be crucial for Nintendo because they have to not disappoint everybody who's dying to get their hands on one, and rightfully so. Everyone who's made it this far on waiting, I've got mad respect for you because it's not easy to wait for something that you really want, and it's much easier to pay a more expensive price on a Nintendo Switch just to get your hands on one. I'll tell you what, it shows that you respect your cash and you're not giving your money to those greedy scalpers. Also, in my next video, I'm gonna have the information on the contest giveaway. Make sure you watch that video to get involved with that contest. And it's just a token of appreciation to you guys who joined the fan band way back then. But if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up because without further ado, let's talk about if Nintendo can weather the storm. Because I have all the information here, make sure you watch the whole video to get the whole concept of it, and I'll tell you exactly what I think. I hope you guys have your websites ready to go from Zoo Alerts, Stock Alerts, because things get ugly before things do get better. And it might get a whole lot better soon, because right now, things are really not looking pretty for Nintendo. Remember when Nintendo said that they were going to create more shipments and more units so that way they can keep an upkeep for everything that's selling out. So that instead of having 20 million produced, they're going to have about 22 million produced Nintendo Switches. But they didn't realize that they were going to run into a little bit of an issue with other countries that were involved with the lockdown, such as Malaysia and the Philippines. And because they weren't able to create PCBs, which is a critical component in making the Nintendo Switches, that kind of affected the shipment. So you're probably thinking, are we ever going to see a Nintendo Switch in store? Are you guys familiar with the Ring Fit? Because if you guys are, that was another phenomenon just like Animal Crossing. And you want to keep an eye on it, especially in your neck of the woods, and I'll tell you why. That's a pretty good indication that Nintendo Switch will be coming to your local store. Joy-Cons are also very tough to come by as well because that's one of the major components, of course, for the Nintendo Switch. If you're lucky enough to have your hands on a Nintendo Switch and you're having that Joy-Con drift issue, then you're SOL on that because Nintendo does say that they're going to run by that issue, but I can make another video on that. If you guys are interested in that, make sure you let me know in the comments down below. But anyway, let me get to the point. You might be thinking, why am I talking about Joy-Cons here? Because that is another very good indication of Nintendo Switches arriving at your local store. Make sure you see if they have a fresh restock of Joy-Cons coming in. That could be a Nintendo Switch coming to your local store soon. And if you see all three items at your store, then more than likely, that Nintendo Switch is going to arrive sooner than later. If you can't wait for it, if you can't wait on getting a Nintendo Switch, make sure you hit the card above my head because I tell you the secret on how to find a Nintendo Switch. But let me get to the point here. But one thing we do know that did get a massive delivery is Nintendo Switch Lites are more available now. You're able to find Nintendo Switch Lites in the store. So do you care less about the whole TV feature about the Nintendo Switches? Then just get the Nintendo Switch Lite because they offer better battery life and you can play on the go much longer than you can on the regular OG Nintendo Switch. If you're waiting on that large shipment, I'm going to tell you what's happening right now. So some of you are wondering if a Nintendo Switch is ever going to come in stores, if it's going to be readily available for your local store. And I have something to tell you. Do you remember the Animal Crossing Edition Nintendo Switches? Do you think they're going to be in the stores? Well, Nintendo's Australia website also mentions that they are producing a limited quantity of Nintendo Switches of the Animal Crossing Edition, and that's in Australia and the UK. You may be asking about the US, like why haven't they mentioned it yet? Australia, UK, everyone who's watching is probably laughing, and I'll tell you why. Because all their stores are practically in stock of Nintendo Switches. If you're from the UK, Australia, or any other of the regions, make sure you comment down below as a confirmation for everybody in the US who hasn't been able to get their hands on one because they want one just as bad as you guys did too. So Nintendo isn't playing any games. They're trying to keep up with the inventory and that they're trying to satisfy every one of you guys who want a Nintendo Switch. So remember what I told you guys. Remember to look for these key things in the store to know if the Nintendo Switch is coming to your store. If they have the Ring Fit, if they have Animal Crossing, the physical game, and if they have Joy-Cons, fresh stocks of them. Because more than likely, you're likely to see a Nintendo Switch coming to that store soon. Do you guys want to know why the Nintendo Switch is so popular? If you do, make sure you hit the card above my head to make sure you see that video, because I tell you the exact reason why they outsold the PS4 and they outsold the Xbox One. So far in the US, I've heard Amazon, GameStop, Best Buy has all been doing a pretty good job on keeping up on the inventory for those Nintendo Switches. Make sure you keep your eye open on it and keep your eyes peeled, because don't give up on your journey finding a Nintendo Switch, because I'll tell you what, it's 100% worth it and you're gonna love it. Especially if you made it down this road this far. And just have it in your head that one of those Nintendo Switches is rightfully yours. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you like videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and hit that notification bell. And also, for all the newest updates, make sure you follow my Twitter handle right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Chris Mizo signing out.